Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome to my YouTube channel. This will not be live. This is actually part of a pre-recorded series that I do for my technique, which I will be airing and premiering on a Tuesday. I think this one's on the 31st of December. And with that, Happy New Year's is in line. If you are watching through YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed just down below here. Hit that bell and you'll get notified immediately. I will be streaming this to my Facebook group and page, so hopefully that works out okay. But this is a really fun technique. This is technique number 134, and it's called the scratch and sniff technique. So it's just like it is. Remember those old things where you used to scratch something and you would sniff it? Well, we're going to be able to do that with our stamping as well. So let's go on down to my desktop here, and here is the scratch and sniff technique. Now this is so fun. This is another one that you can do with embossing. You are going to need your basics, your Wild Basics embossing powder, and we are going to use the clear. We finally get to use some clear embossing powder on this, and we are going to be using some Kool-Aid. Now, many of you that have lived many years ago remember the Kool-Aid, and I was fortunate enough to get this at one. They're usually a specialty store, a specialty candy store that has all these old things. We have one in Kamloops, but there's other ones that are around. Now, apparently this also works with Jell-O. I have not used it with the Jell-O, and I was going to give it a try, but my Jell-O isn't. I need an orange or a citrus or a lemon one, so I went with this Kool-Aid. Now, what I did do was I grabbed an old one of these things, and this is where embellishments came in, and I mixed the embossing powder with the Kool-Aid. And it's really kind of neat. You can smell it. You can put more Kool-Aid in if you want. So I'm actually just going to put a tiny bit more Kool-Aid in here. And then I'm just going to mix this up. And that's how we're going to do our scratch and sniff technique. Now I'm using this with the new Fruit Salad Designer Series paper that is in the celebration. So with a $75 purchase here in Canada, you can get this for free. And I'm going to show you this paper. A lot of people don't like fruit on their papers. I think it's kind of amazing. You can do some pretty cool things with the fruit. But I'm going to show you this paper. If you don't like the one side, I think the other side is quite appropriate. This one with bananas has the banana look on the back with apples. And this on the back. This is the one that we're using today, the one with oranges and lemons. So we're going to use that. We have the pear. This one's kind of fun too. This has got the strawberries and all the other vegetables, or fruits, I mean, kiwi. This one is fun. This one would have been really cool if it came out last year because we had that watermelon stamp. And then the pineapple. This one I think is a really neat design, and that I think is supposed to be like an orange, and then we've got the cantaloupe there as well. So lots of fun. This Designer Series paper, might even be using it in a make and take that we have coming. Remember that this will show at 9:05 the next morning after this airs, and it will show you the card. It'll show you the different product that I've used and the measurements, but the measurements are pretty simple on here as well. All right, so let's get going on this. So I thought I better go in with the appropriate colors that go on here. So this is the peach pie. This happens to be 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So we just go in there and get a really good score line on there. And this is some Very Vanilla. I have 2 pieces of that. That's 4 by 5 1/4. I just thought that would be a really nice layer. And this is the pumpkin pie with the distressed tile on there. And that's kind of a fun look. And then this piece here is going to go right here on here, and we'll put a sentiment on there. So a pretty simple card. It's not the card that we're really looking at. It's basically the technique that we're doing. So let me just put this first part of this card together, and then we'll go on to do the technique. So are you liking the techniques? Do you have any techniques? I know Lila has reached out with a technique. I'm going to have to play with that when I get back into my studio after I come back at Christmas. So I'm going to try to play with that one as well. There are some excellent techniques out there. I find I might even investigate some while I'm away, depending on my time limits. But I'm hoping that I can find some. I like going to an artist, to different artist sites, because I can find some really different ones there. All right, so we have our card base done. We have this, just, I don't even know what I'm going to put on the inside of this. You know what I could do? Let me just grab that. I'm just going to grab another piece because I never thought of it. I could have put, oh, you know what? I've got a piece right here. So I can cut a strip, and we'll just put a strip down there along the bottom. So I'll just go and we'll cut that in a bit as soon as I get, well, you know what? Let's cut it right now and get that part done. All right. So I'm just going to maybe do 3/4 of an inch, so it shows off a bit of those slices. And this is going to be by 4, 3 3/4. And we'll just put that along the bottom there, and that just kind of gives us just a bit of something for the inside of the card. Not that it's a big, we could do this side too, but I think I'll put the other side to kind of tie it along with in the front of the card. All right, so we have that sitting right there. Let's go ahead. Normally I don't do this part. I do the finishing of the card after. Put that right in there. And now we're going to get to the technique. Like I say, I mixed the Kool-Aid with the clear embossing powder. And now I have this piece here, and I decided to use this side of the piece. Now I could go and just do it where I'm using just on the oranges, but I'm going to do the whole strip. So I just take my Versamark, and I'm just going to put this on here like this. And you know what? I should have had another piece of paper. So I'm actually going to come in with this piece here. And we're just going to put this embossing powder on there. I didn't use a whole lot of it. I felt that you don't do this technique that often, so probably by that time the smell of maybe the Kool-Aid will have already weakened. I don't know how that'll work. I can't remember. We used to have actually scented embossing powder years ago. But okay, so we're just going to come in with our heat tool, and we'll set this, and we're going to do it like we do with ultra thick. So I'm coming in, and I'm going to set this part up to begin with. Like I say, you never know with embossing what you can do with embossing. Oh, it really smells orangey right now too, so that's kind of a neat thing. And clear is harder to emboss with. And it also, you don't want to overheat it or overcook it. But I'm going to come and I'm going to do one more layer with that. So I'm going to come in with my embossing powder again. I mean my Versamark. Oops, let's put this underneath there. I see where I've missed some, so I'm just going to go grab that. And I might even do it a third time. I'm not sure. Like I say, I've got this. I might as well use it, right? So like I say, that used just regular Kool-Aid. This was the unsweetened one. I don't know. And I don't know if you even had any of this in your cupboard. One, if it would be okay. But I'm shocked that they still sell it, honestly. And just like that. It is a little grainy. But once it's shiny, you know it's set. Should we do it one more time? I don't think it's necessary. But we definitely want that to dry. Wow, it sure is orangey. And then all you do is just go in there and scratch that and sniff it, and we have orange. So it is a bit grainy looking, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I think that's kind of a cool look on there on itself. I want to make sure that that's all set. It does, I will tell you, when it does dry, it takes a tiny, or you heat set it, it does take a tiny bit more to heat set it. And then this is just going to go right on here. Now, I think this would be smart to use this because it is thicker. I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my tear and tape on here. Yeah, this gives the same texture as Ultra Thick does. And we'll come in with our Take Your Pick tool. So this will be shown at 9:05 on the 1st on my Facebook page. The link to my page or group is down below here. It's to my group. It's only to my group. I don't post it to my page. So you have to be a member of my group in order to get that information. All right. And then we're just going to put that right on there like so. So see, we could have even done a little bit lighter on there, but I think that's going to be kind of cool. And I didn't know what exactly to put on here, so I am going to, with this particular stamp set, I just thought, I don't know what you would even put on there. So I think I'm going to just do hey. And I'm actually going to do that in black. So I have my thing here. I'm going to come in with my embossing buddy. You notice I didn't use the embossing buddy on here because it doesn't matter because I covered the whole thing. So we're just going to come here with the hay. And I'm going to do that in black embossing powder. It's really going to show. Just come in here with this. That. And let's just quickly heat set that. This will be quite vibrant, so it'll work out pretty good. I find the mementos just not black enough. Just like that. do I want it? Just with it there? That's okay on there. I'm going to pop that out with dimensionals. Like I say, usually when I do a technique, it's not the card that's really the big thing. Sometimes I'm lucky that it turns out really well. I just didn't know how to turn around to do this. Let's go here. It's just going to go on here. And then, of course, we have to do some embellishments on there. Now, see, this ribbon probably would have been okay on there. You know what? Let's do that. Let's put this ribbon here. Let's just tie it around. Just put a knot on here. This peach pie works quite well with this. Is it peach pie? Works quite well with the pumpkin pie. Geez, now I've got myself thinking. Let's go here and cut this off. That. And we're just going to put some embellishments on there. Now I could put black embellishments on there, but I don't think I will. I'm going to come on with these shimmer gems because I do have those in the peach pie color. So let's just go and put some of those on there. There we go. So there's our scratch and sniff card. How simple is that, right? But using that paper, you scratch it, you can smell this orange. Do that again. Orangey card. I would imagine once this is in an envelope that it would kind of have the smell of the orange when you do open it up. Let me just double check that on the peach pie. Yes, peach pie and pumpkin pie and orange Kool-Aid. How funny is that? Anyways, let's see what we've got going here. All right. So if you like that, give me the thumbs up. Share my video. Remember that this thing here will be on at 9:05 tomorrow on my Facebook group, and the thing is there. Just go under the files. It'll be right there. And there's my card using a celebration. And this new, well, it's not new, but it's one of these stamp sets that just has sentiments on it. So it's really good there. Awesome, you guys. If you like that, like I say, give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it. Remember that if you do live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I would also like to, if you have any ideas whatsoever what to do for techniques, reach out to me. I truly do appreciate your suggestions. And remember to create, because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.